Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy 1. When last we left off, we finished the Earth Shrine, and we got the Star Ruby. I, very nearly call it the Star Razor, which is a very, very different weapon that is, The Star Razor is Ford's weapon, at least one of his more recent weapons in the second season of Critical Role. I think Star Razor Falchion or something like that. I don't remember. I might be thinking of something else entirely. That might have been one of the vestiges in Campaign 1. I don't remember. No, I think it's Ford's weapon in Campaign 2. Yeah, that makes sense. Level up right off the bat. Okay, Orin gained a level 29 hit points. Strength, intelligence, stamina, luck. Saving gained a level 30 hit points. Righteous. Vivi gained a level 24 hit points. Nice. 19 MP, also nice. Agility, intelligence, luck. Not gonna complain about that. Definitely not gonna complain about that. Right, I was going to check and not move my mouse into this thing. You are 23. 16,470, 16,470. It's less than 100, but it's coming up more than I thought it would. And I'm also not playing as ballsy as I normally play, let's just say. So I've not had any characters die as much as I normally do. Because in RPGs, especially JRPGs, although I do it in CRPGs as well, Rosa gained a level 4 hit points, 6 MP, intelligence, stamina, and it's kind of disappointing. I tend to play, what's the best way to describe it as, very ballsy in a way. I will try to go through things as, with as little resource usage as possible. If I can get away with just attacking with everybody, I will do that. If I can get away without grinding, I probably will. In most games, I'll do as little grinding as possible, and that usually is like in Final Fantasy 1, I grind to level 4 or 5, depending on how lazy I feel, before starting. Oh, I forgot to show it on the map. Yeah, we're going to here. This is where the cave is. Yep, Giant's Cave. I grind to level 4 or 5 depending on how I feel in this game. Final Fantasy 4, I don't think I grind any unless I'm stuck when I play 4. Same with 5. I actually find it very difficult to grind in 5 because it's very bland to grind. In 6, I grind before the final boss, but that's less, not final boss, final dungeon, and that's less grinding for experience as it is grinding for items. Because usually I'm trying to grind out Celestiads or trying to get Ultima on the mages, the ones with good high magic stats. Which is, if you're not aware, Terra, Celis, and, what's her name? Mushroom Hat, Realm. Hello there, Mr. Giant. You have Star Ruby. Give me Star Ruby and I let you pass. Sure there, old buddy, old pal. But yeah, 6 is easy. I actually, in my most recent playthrough, crunch, munch, nothing tastier than rubies. My most recent playthrough of Final Fantasy VI, I actually ended up grinding way higher than I wanted to be, and regretting it because it took me so long to get the Celestiads that I needed, that it wasn't worth it, really, because I ended up being like 50 or 55 for going into the final dungeon, and that's way too strong. I fucking demolished the final boss even more than I normally did. if you're unaware, dual casting or single MP cost Ultimas is, let's just say powerful. A great axe, cool. 620, kill. Good, that's good. A bunch of wolves. I guess I'll just, I don't know, set them on fire. I guess. Yeah, it fucking demolished the final boss, which is sad. I actually would like, was it double casting Ultimas and fixed dice, such as fixed dice with the multi-attack accessory that I can't remember the name of, Master Scroll or something. Real powerful, real good. 450 gil. And Mithril Helm. I don't think we've gotten a Mithril Helm before. Oh, and it is very slightly better than the one we have. And we also have this great axe. I will use an axe. I usually don't in with fighting characters, with just your generic bog standard fighters. Not much of a reason to. I've always preferred sword and board, or big giant two-handed weapons like greatsword, because a greatsword has a for your bog standard fighter. Burn them all. Why not? A greatsword for your bog standard fighter is, or barbarian rather, is and fighter, I guess. It's not better for barbarian. I'll tell you why in a moment. It's better for fighters because 2d6 has a higher. It has the same max damage, but it has a higher minimum and average damage than 1d12. However, for barbarians, this is a nice D&D bit of sidetracking, and specifically 5th edition of D&D. For barbarians, it's actually better to have a great axe, because while the minimum and middling damage is higher, once you get brutal critical, at level 6 or 7, I think, it only doubles. You know, you get to add 1 extra dice, so you're adding, 2d6 to 3d6 on a crit. Well, technically, 4d6 to 5d6 on a crit, I guess. With a great axe, you're going from 1d12 or 2d12 on a crit to 3d12, which is a higher damage. So with brutal critical specifically, it's better. But I like great swords in every other way. Now I thought that said a laser tiger for some reason. I'm an idiot. Although that is a pretty cool looking sprite, and they look more like saber-tooths more than lesser tigers. Also, that axe makes a nice cool sound. I kind of like that. Although I should heal after, probably after this fight. This will probably kill off whoever, so I'll just heal anyway. Hope for the best. Hope my black mage doesn't die. No. I'm always been unlucky about that, in this game especially, about black mage dying. Unlike 2 hits, I should heal. Did I use Cure on? Sure, I'll be nice. I do want to use Cure on you, for sure. And we are here now. Yay. Yeah, going back to the grinding thing, I definitely grind in 7. For the first optional boss you run into, I think is the first optional boss you run into, the safe boss, in Disc 1. That one is the one I'm talking about. And I actually... Oh shit, I bumped my pop filter. Oops. Oops. I'm sure that was very, very loud. I apologize. And I don't think I actually grinded the last time I played the game, but I'm not going to swear to that. I don't remember. I usually grind up to 24 or 25, I think. Because it's kind of hard. As it can be if you're not careful, and I'm not careful. I don't grind an 8, because grinding an 8 makes it actively worse for you. In Final Fantasy VIII, the higher level you are, the actual harder the game is. It's easier to max out your stats than it is to, or it's better for you just to max out your stats through, nothing, please, nothing, you're not gonna, no pot, nothing? Oh, well. It's better to max out your stats through, junctioning than it is to, level up and increase your stats that way. Hello there. So you're the ones who defeated the vampire, eh? But he was only a servant. The beast lurks The beast corrupt in the earth lurks far deeper within the cavern. Here, take the staff with ye and use it behind the vampire's chamber. Yay, we got the Earth Rod. I love that little item get music that they have in this. So nice. Do you have anything else to tell us? Stir the crystals to grace. And that's it. So that just means that, well, we have to walk back and go through the entire Earth Shrine again. My disappointment is, well, I'm not going to go with the full, what is his name? Review Bra? God, I can't remember his name. Something of the day. Review it. I don't remember. That dude is, or whatever. So I guess with that, I will actually, because this will give me a minute to get a drink, I will get into an encounter. I will meet you all back in just a moment. And I'm cutting back very slightly prematurely because I'm during my march into the Earth Cavern. I gained a level. Yep. Orin gained a level 7 hit points, agility, intelligence. Sabin gained a level 5 hit points, agility, stamina. Vivi gained a level 2 hit points, 8 MP, strength. Yeah, and I made it this far. That's it. I made it here and got into an encounter and leveled up. So I will be back again in just a moment. Hopefully, no, I gotta get in one more encounter, and because Rosa didn't level up, and which means I can't fast forward through this one. Oh well, I'll survive. I suppose I'll survive. So I say. So how are you all doing? Yeah. I'm doing horrible with the fake stuttering. Sometimes I'm better at that than other times, which is great because I actually don't really stutter much in real life. Sometimes I do, but not frequently. I've known people to stutter. I get very good at imitating a stutter because it helps some people with the way that I used to speak, because I used to speak extremely quickly, for where I live anyway. 300 Gil. Rosa gained a level, 4 hit points, 17 MP, nice. Strength, stamina, yep. I used to speak extremely quickly for where I live, and where people tend to speak slower, and I would occasionally stutter on more, no, not exactly complex words, but at certain parts in sentences to make it easier for certain people to follow, because some people, a very small number of people, found it very, very annoying that I would talk quickly because I couldn't keep up because they weren't listening or whatever. Anyway, I'm rambling. I will be back at the, well, where we beat the vampire, I guess. Be back in just a moment. And back again for just a moment. I am completely lost because my sense of direction is horrible, but I found an area of treasure containing 575 gil, a leather shield, which I probably won't use, and 5,000 gil. Let's see. Iron shield, worse than our leather shield, as it turns out. Alright, there's an encounter here with an earth elemental, but it's basically to the south in the second floor. So I guess I'll be back again, and, well, unless I find more treasure being completely fucking lost, I'll be back again in just a moment. And back again. I'm probably just going to resume at this point, I guess, because I leveled up and accidentally skipped through it, and Rosa is now getting 27 hit points, 6 MP, luck, Vivi gained level, 2 hit points, 18 MP, intelligence. Yep, I accidentally zoomed through it on fast forward. I apologize, but I'm here now. So it's okay. We didn't miss too much. I might be mildly annoyed at myself, but it's, you know, worse things have happened. I think all that really happened was, Orin and Sabin, that's their names, got a bunch of hit points, really. And that's about it. And I also got a gold needle from a chest and forgot to press record, but I didn't care very much too. So it's fine, it's fine. Just a gold needle. Just cures, paralysis. No, not paralysis. Wait. Gold needles might cure paralysis in this game. They cure stone in later games. I don't remember stone, if you can get stoned in this game. But you can in later games of the series, and gold needles heal though. I guess I can just look. Cure stone. Okay, stone is in effect in this game, as it turns out. And I'll just sit more wine at my failings as a, I don't know, Final Fantasy knowledge. Oh, my Final Fantasy knowledge isn't great anyway. I think, what was I talking about before I paused like a year ago? Like leveling up in Final Fantasy games, or grinding in Final Fantasy games, because I didn't grind in 8, I grind in 9. I grind pretty much right at the beginning, so I can last longer stealing some stuff from some of the enemies, because you want to steal from everything in that game, and I grind at the tail end of Disc 1 for the same reason. And 10 I grind in because for some reason, there are certain ways I like to beat certain bosses, and while I don't have to, it makes the whole game a lot easier. And yeah, we're in an entirely new room we haven't been to before. Let's just go north, I guess. Nothing wrong with going to the north or something. Ooh, piece of candy. This seems like it could be... I should probably heal you very vaguely. And then burn them all. Burn them all! Hyenodon. That's pretty cool. That's a cool design. I also should point out on the way here, this fighter and monk. I'll fight man and monk over here. Kept failing there. This is 1987. What was the term for it at that time? Save versus poison, I think? Or was it just save versus spell? I don't remember. I've never played 2nd edition. Actually, would 87, would that be AD&D 1 or AD&D 2? I don't remember. A staff, huh? Is that even vaguely useful? No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, nowadays it would be a Constitution saving throw, but I think this would be, God, in 87, I think that would be either at the, God, AD&D 2 might not have came out until 91 or 92, but I don't remember. I'm not a historian in D&D. 3,400 gil is nice stuff. So I think actually it would have been 1st edition, AD&D 1, which Advanced Dungeons & Dragons is considered 1st edition, but it is not the 1st edition of the game. The 1st edition of the game came out in 1976, I believe. Is usually referred to as OD&D or original D&D or D&D 0. And it was a very different game. The original release basically, some sphinxes here by the way, basically required, what was it, 2 unrelated games. It was Wilderness Exploration by Avalon Hills and Chainmail, which I think was another TSR product, but I could be misremembering. And it was a very, very different game than even AD&D 1, which is considered 1st edition. If somebody's talking about 1E, they're talking about AD&D 1, not OD&D, usually. Some people do make that mistake. Me, I'm one of those people. Did for a while. 2,300 gold. Fuck yes. Got more fighting. I got more fighting. God damn it! I got more fighting those sphinxes than I did in that chest. Yeah, I think. So I think in 87 it would be AD&D 1, which would be save versus poison. I think. But if you've not read through I'm not read through the manga, but if you're interested or like, tabletop games or Dungeons and Dragons more specifically, I'd actually recommend at least giving a glance to some of the, books in it, Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, even Monster Manual, just to kind of get an idea of where the game started, where it originated, and all of that. The ideas that the people that made the game had in mind, that sort of thing. It's very interesting to me. That's a lot of enemies. I'm going to, let's say, burn them all? I like that idea. It's very interesting, and you can get a lot of interesting ideas, especially if you're somebody that doesn't like to run doesn't like to run homebrew stuff. Reading through the first through third at minimum, and you could probably get it in 4th edition as well, though I've not attempted it with 4th edition. I should say not read. I feel like I've gone this way before. Oh well. And that's a lot of enemies. Let's just attack that one, and just burn them again. You can get very good information, very, really cool written adventures. I mean, there's the classic Tag GQ modules. There's a Temple of Elemental Evil against the Slave Lords, or is it Scourge of the Slave Pits? I think is what it's technically called. No, it is Scourge of the Slave Lords. Against the Giants into the Depths of the Earth, and Queen of the Demon Web Pits. Which, the quality of some of those, your mileage may vary. But they are interesting. And they are there for good information. I mean, Scourge of the Slave Lords is very good. Especially if you can get the collector's book that came out whenever it was still D&D Next and playtesting. I think it was that late, but I don't remember. It's basically just a collection of the modules for the original, AD&D, just printed, not even converted. And they're very, very good. And you'll have to do some conversion to get them playable, at least monstrous playable. You don't have to convert any story, anything. And it's stares down. It's really not hard. I've done it before. I've done it on the fly, as a matter of fact, and it can be very enjoyable. I've converted into 5th edition. I have, and even sometimes do, convert stuff from AD&D 2, 3.5, and Pathfinder regularly. So, if you want to run something, I would recommend Against the Giants is really good. It's a bit higher level. And they actually made a remake of it for 5e in oh god, what was the book called? Tales of the Yawning Portal. And I highly recommend at least giving that a glance if you don't buy it. It's very interesting. And it is, if you're unaware, I'm going to say before I go through this door, if you're unaware, Tales of the Yawning Portal is a collection of older modules, I think mostly from AD, I think it's actually a decent mix of AD&D 1, 2, and 3, actually, into 5th edition. And overall, they're pretty good. Who speaks to me? Nice, I am he who feeds on the power of earth. I will not be disturbed by mortal men. I am the Lich Fiend of the earth. And boss time. Boss music. Proper boss music. Hell yes. I'm going to heal. I'm just going to cast heal. And then I will... do I want to temper you? I guess I'll temper you. That seems bad. I don't remember the gimmick of this fight, to be completely, perfectly, 100% honest. But... ow. That was painful. Well, if I die, then I can at least, show off death. And I can't use... No, that's not even in this game. Not the right game, me. Get the right game in mind, and it'll go great. Or something. I don't remember this fight. So, if I end up losing to this fight, which is very real... Sleep run. That could be annoying. But, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna heal yourself. And then just try to burn you to death, I guess. Hope for the best. Do you like fire? You don't like fire. I don't know if you're fondness of other spells, but I like fire, so I'm gonna use fire. Ooh, that could be bad, because I don't have slow. Although I think haste is more of a thing for physical moves in this game, right? Maybe? Could be? Can't be? Don't know. Don't remember. I don't remember haste or slow being that good. I remember getting more use out of, like... And I think about the white. Oh, no, I didn't. Holy shit. So let's just... Phoenix down on you, and then you cure yourself, and you're gonna die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna wipe. I don't remember this fight being hard, but oh well. If I die, then well, I guess I'll start next episode with a, the hopeful comeback, and everything's gonna be okay, man, and it'll be better, I promise, or something. What anime tropes can I lean into? Hold it in. It's whatever. It's paralysis. Doesn't bother me that much. Let's just cure some more. Yeah, anime tropes. But I don't really watch that much anime to really... yeah, that's death. Well, at least I'm not having to die on purpose, which I was going to do at some point to show off death. To show off the death animation. Does this game even have a death animation? That's a nice death song. Oh, that's boring. This game doesn't even have a death animation. I've been playing too much Daggerfall recently. Well, not recently. Daggerfall was the last game I actually properly died in. Well, and Metroid. Metroid has a death animation. Oh, that's disappointing. Final Fantasy 1, you disappoint me. But anyway, I guess next time, I will remember to go get my water, or refill my water. I have a bit of water, and I guess, well, if we have to, we'll beat the Lich, I guess. But anyway, that's for next time, and I hope to see you all there.